Hey guys, Victoria Paxton here. Thanks for stopping back by my YouTube channel. Hey guys, hey. Okay, so today we're going to talk about Jordan Grider. Okay guys, hey, you know I have to say this. Everything in this video belongs to me. It's my opinion, entertainment purposes only. If you should happen to want to steal it, don't, because I don't want to have to take legal action against you. And if you're a psychic, do your own readings. And if you're not a real psychic, don't steal my stuff. All right, guys, here we go. We're going to talk about Jordan Grider, okay? This is a sad one, y'all. They all are, I guess, but this is sad. All right, 29-year-old Jordan Grider from Moriarty, pronunciations, New Mexico, was an experienced outdoorsman and had spent the previous 10 to 12 years living in the woods of Kentucky and upper New York. This time he came north to be near the water. Grider had set up his campsite overlooking a seasonal beaver slough. Sean Williams, a conservation officer from the Minnesota Department of Natural Resources in Ely, Minnesota, responded along with a Border Patrol agent to his first call to locate Grider about his pickup truck that Grider had accidentally parked in front of a private gate off the Sioux Hustler Trail. Sean Williams couldn't find where Grider had gone in the woods, so the search was unsuccessful. What they found almost 6 months later, after some hard-won police work and snowmobile tracking, was a south-facing slope that Sean Williams felt good about. He told the Duluth News-Tribune he would have wanted the same cover from the north wind had he have been winter camping. The men followed the slope on foot right into Grider's camp in April of 2019. It's a super remote place, Williams said. If you were looking for a spot to avoid contact with people, he really did find it. Williams remembered coming upon the snow-covered scene as a sobering experience. We were kind of just taking it in, myself and the agent, a visual inventory, Williams said. We noticed a large amount of blood everywhere. Williams took stock of the makeshift tent, a hammock slung under a green tarp, which hung over a guy wire. He also found a 9mm Beretta pistol in the hammock with 2 loaded magazines outside of the gun. A line in the St. Louis County Sheriff's Office report described a large amount of blood inside the hammock and the sleeping bag. There were signs of wolves at the campsite too, both footprints and scat, Williams recalled. The official report about the initial search of the campsite underscored what the 2 men failed to locate. Grider was not found. The campsite had been under 2 to 4 foot of snow when it was first discovered by authorities. It wasn't until subsequent searches after the snow melted later in April and May of 2019 that Grider's remains were uncovered. Just 12 bones total, including vertebrae, a possible femur, and a possible firearm, according to the Sheriff's Office report. There was blood splatter on the walls of the tarp, the report said. 10 bones were found, along with a shredded jacket and other torn bits of clothing at the campsite. 2 more bones were later discovered further off-site by cadaver dogs. Renee Grider, Jordan's mom, believes that a pack of wolves surprised and killed her son while he slept. She believes he was caught the first night. I'm gonna disagree with that, so keep watching. No disrespect, Miss Grider. Renee said they sent out teams of 20 to 30 people and did the 1-by-1 grid walk. They went with cadaver dogs, but they still didn't find his skull. The Midwest Medical Examiner's Office in Anoka County has yet to file a cause of death. Foul play was ruled out for having no evidence to support it. Suicide had been ruled out too because the gun hadn't been used and Grider's cell phone located at the scene didn't include anything resembling depression or cries for help. There was a text message that was a group message to his family stating how much grain and beans he had bought and that he was prepared for a long winter, Sheriff's Office report said. Okay, so, you know, I had a dream one night. This was weeks ago, okay? Let me explain. A lot of times, I'll go to sleep, I have a dream, I wake up the next day, I have a list of cases that people have emailed me or messaged me and said, can you do this case? So I'll go to that list, and generally when I go to the list and the next name, that's who I've dreamt about. And I'm like, oh, okay, and I'm able to connect it right away, right? Not in this case. So I have the dream. I wake up the next morning. I go to get the next name off the list thinking that that's what I dreamt about. And no, as it turns out, there were 3 names ahead of Jordan Grider. So weeks later, I went to my list and I saw the name Jordan Grider, and I knew instantly, oh my gosh, that's the young man that I dreamt about that was killed. Okay. So let me start by saying, Mrs. Grider, I hope you see this. I don't mean any disrespect. But I do disagree with what you said slightly, and I'll tell you why. Okay. So in my dream, it's like I walked upon this scene. Okay. But it's almost like I have tunnel vision. Okay. So I can see, right in front of me, I see a young man and he's grabbing his neck. There's blood shooting out. There's blood going everywhere. He's grabbing his neck, and from where he's standing, I think he was in his sleeping bag. I believe he was in his sleeping bag, and that's when this attack started. He managed to get out of his sleeping bag. He's grabbing his neck. There's blood everywhere, and he's kind of taking his left arm, okay? His left arm, and he's like reaching behind him. Okay, while he's trying to stop the bleeding, he's reaching behind him. I wasn't quite sure why he was reaching behind him at first, but we'll get to that. So I'm seeing tunnel vision, okay? So I'm seeing, I can see part of the tarp, I can see a hammock, right? But it's like I can't see out of my peripheral around here, okay? So over to my right, I can hear all of a sudden, initially, I could hear a lot of noises like animals, okay? Walking on old leaves, how it makes that sound. And possibly ice. Maybe it's not the leaves that I'm hearing. Maybe it's like actually they're walking on ice. I don't know, but I'm hearing crunching, and it sounds like it's several animals, okay? I then hear a growl, okay? And I'm not talking about a growl like a big ass bear is growling, okay? This was a deeper growl, but it's similar to, so my cat, Ella, loves to swat my old senior citizen female dog, D Minor. D Minor's an old lady. She likes to be left alone. She doesn't want to be bothered by the stupid cat. I know every time she sees that cat come at her, she probably thinks, you stupid black cat, leave me alone. I'm envisioning that's what she's saying. But she's just an old, crotchety, grumpy old lady. She wants to be left alone. She wants to sleep all the time and go outside and have a great walk every hour. But she wants to be left alone by her sister, our cat. Ella goes up and swats her in the face all the time. And D Minor does this little growl. Okay, now D Minor's a 12-pound dog that should weigh 6 pounds. She's a fat little thing, okay? So she's a min pin, and we think she might have a little bit of Chihuahua in her. We know she has a little bit of Chihuahua in her, I guess I should say, on her little mom's side. But anyway, she has this high-pitched growl, okay? This was a short growl, similar to what our little D Minor dog, growls. But it was a much deeper growl. Not a high-pitched min pin Chihuahua growl. You know what I mean? Like it was deeper. So I hear the growl. There's still like noise, rustling. Maybe it was ice. I'm thinking that maybe they were walking out. I don't know. But there's rustling, digging around. You can hear it. Okay, I can hear it. It doesn't sound like one animal. It sounds like several animals. So I do think possibly he was attacked by wolves. I could be wrong unless there's other wild animals out there that run in groups or packs. It could be one of those, but there were several. It wasn't just one or two. You know what I mean? There were several. I could tell by hearing them, but I couldn't see them. It was like tunnel vision. I could not see them. It was so frustrating because I wanted to look over and see what the hell it was. You know what I mean? And it even this is how intense it was. In my dream, while I'm dreaming this, I know it's a dream. I'm cognizant and I'm aware that it's a dream, but yet it was scaring me that they were right there, and then I hear the growl as if I were standing there, which I wasn't. I was just overseeing everything, okay? So, yeah, so I think he must have been sleeping. He was attacked. He managed to get out of his sleeping bag. He's grabbing his neck. And okay, he's, you know when someone takes your breath away and it's like, it was like that was happening, but yet he was trying to cough, okay? He's moving around. He's got his left hand out. It was his left hand. And he's feeling behind him. He then, it kind of looks like, oh, okay, he's not doing so good. And he falls down into his hammock. And he stops reaching and his arm falls down away from his neck. And I think that's when he passed. So I will say this. I disagree with Miss Greider. I do believe it happened later than the first night he got there. I don't think it was the first night because it looked like he had several meals, like he was making food, like just the state of the little camping area appeared that he had been there for a couple of days. You know what I mean? Like it was a little lived in. But yeah, I couldn't see the animals. Like I said, it could have been wolves or any other animals that run in packs, which I don't know a lot about wild animals out there. So maybe somebody knows better than me, but it definitely was not suicide, you guys. This poor guy was struggling. And when he was reaching with his left arm, I think he was trying to find his gun. I think that's what he was trying to do because he felt like, you know, one last ditch effort. Let me grab the gun, kill them so I'm okay. But fortunately or unfortunately, however you look at it, you know, it took his life away pretty quickly, so he didn't suffer that long. And from the time I started seeing until the end was maybe 35 seconds. So if you add an additional maybe 15, 20 seconds onto that of him trying to get out of his sleeping bag and trying to get situated and get his bearings, you know, it was quick. You know, thank goodness he didn't lay there and suffer for hours and hours and hours. You know what I mean? As a mom, I would like to know that aspect, that my child didn't suffer for very long. It was very quick. And honestly, as chaotic as it was to see the scene and to see him struggling, I didn't feel like he was in like horrible pain or anything. I don't think it was that at all. I think he was just like, you know how you're in a deep sleep and you're woken out of a deep sleep. I feel like, because his eyes, right? It was pitch black out, you guys. Let me say that too. It was pitch black out, but I was able to see him crystal clear as if it were daylight, but it wasn't daylight. It was nighttime. I don't know how that is. I don't know why that is, but with my dreams that happen at night, that's how it is for me. It looks like it's daytime, but I know it's nighttime, which sounds ridiculous, but I always know that it's nighttime. I'm cognizant of what time it is and what's going, you know what I mean? So I do feel like it was quick for him, and he wasn't in, you know, a horrible amount of pain or anything. You know what I mean? I think it was pretty quick. I know it was pretty quick. So yeah, Mrs. Greider, I would love to talk to you. If you have any questions for me, you can email me. You can write to me in the comments. My email is victoriapaxton.psychic@gmail.com. You could email me, leave a message for me in the comment section. I would love to talk to you. If there's anything else I can answer, I'll try to do that. I'm really sorry. I can't imagine, like, you know, he was doing what he loved, which is awesome. But unfortunately, because he was doing what he loved, he died. And that sucks, you know. But he didn't suffer, you know. So, okay, you guys. Lori Vallow. Going down, baby. I'm so excited. I hope everybody's good. Be nice. Be nice. Be kind. Stay safe. Stay healthy. And I hope everybody has an amazing Mother's Day. Oh my gosh, happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. Happy Mother's Day. Yay. Whether you're a fur baby mom or a soon-to-be mom or a future mom or a mom and a dad, there's single moms out there rock. I don't know how you do it. I have nothing but the utmost respect for you. So happy Mother's Day weekend. And you guys have a great week. And that about does it for me. Bye, guys.